All right, this is the story of Coney 2012. Oh my god, I remember this happening. I've not really cringy on my end, but I'll talk about it later. Dexter, my cat is attacking me because
Coney 2012 is the story of a man,
moving him off my desk.
Jason Russell, and his relentless quest to stop Ugandan warlord,
Hey,
Joseph Coney. Let's begin with the action start. On March 5th, 2012, a charity called Invisible Children published a high-production video.
Oh yeah, so I watched it.
It was an
just let you know.
campaign seeking to mobilize action to
I watched this video before. I haven't watched it in a while.
Joseph Coney.
And the goal
but
of the story
if
was
you're
to
here
make
to see my fresh
Coney
reaction,
famous.
unfortunately,
long,
I mean, I
British
understand
push
it
your
if you don't want to
heartstrings.
watch it, but I have watched
end
this
of my
before.
life,
It's been a
I want to
while,
say
so I
that
don't
the
really
world
remember
we've
the
left
ins and outs of
behind
it.
is
All I remember is that he goes crazy, and he was on Oprah, and that Joseph Coney wasn't really a big deal. I think. I don't know. Just letting you know.
one that Gavin can be proud of.
I don't like to pretend to like react to shit that I've already
A
seen.
place that doesn't allow Joseph Coneys and child soldiers.
And little Gavin would have been proud, because
Little
it took
Gavin.
off like no video on YouTube ever had.
We wanted 500,000 views in the whole year of 2012.
Oh
We got
yeah, and what did you
500,000
get?
views in the first 3 hours.
Oh
It
my
received 100
goodness.
million views.
Yeah, this
in the
thing went
first 6
fucking
days.
viral. It was
1.4
insane.
million likes. Click that link in the description below. They clicked it so hard the website went down.
I think
And
I
the
was
email so
still in
inundated
middle
that
school at the
service
time.
provider assumed it was an attack and temporarily pulled the plug.
Maybe.
The Times named it the most viral video ever. It raised the charity over $20 million. People really went fucking bananas for this video
Yeah,
and those
dude.
Ugandan kids. 4 million hashtags. People changed
Whoa.
their Facebook profiles, so you knew it was a big deal. A fan-made mobile game. Are you woke about Joseph Coney? Yeah, but are you woke enough to get a tattoo?
No way. No way. People actually got fucking tattoos.
People were up for
I would consider getting a tattoo now. Whoa. Dexter just
much
knocked something
anything
over. I don't know if
Coney,
you heard something.
as long as
Dexter,
it
are
didn't
you
involve
okay?
any practical action.
Yeah, he's okay.
One like equals one saved child.
He is
Who is
bent
Joseph
on
Coney
making an
and what's in
appearance
the
in
fuck?
this
Well, he's the
reaction.
leader of the Lord's Resistance Army,
Lord's
LRA.
Resistance Army.
My God, you're greasy.
And he really is one of the most evil people living today. Imagine
What's
the
up-
worst crime you can
What's up with his eyes?
And he really is one of the most
Is that just veins? It looks like they're like brown. Is that
evil people
Is
living
it- is
today.
this- I
Imagine
don't
the
know.
worst crime you can think of committing, and he'll have done it thousands of times over.
Takes children, makes them kill their parents and eat their parents.
Wait,
The
what?
surviving girls would be kept as sex slaves, and the boys conscripted into the LRA
Wait, what?
as child soldiers.
I know, it's kind
Did
of...
that actually happen?
It's all part of a civil conflict that's been going on for 30 years.
It doesn't
We'll
seem
get
very
into the details
productive.
later, but for now, consider this our one-dimensional bad guy.
Yeah, see, he's got like
Later,
got, like,
but for
brown
now,
shit in his
consider
eyes.
this
Like,
our
what is
one-dimensional
this?
Bad guy. And here's our protagonist, Jason Russell, the figurehead of Coney 2012 and
Hell yeah,
Invisible
dude.
Children.
a real
He's a
maverick.
devout Christian, stereotypically Californian,
I do consider myself a refined valley dude.
but he has a
Was that
bad
actually
boy
him?
side too.
Did he say
It all
that?
starts in 2003
No, I don't
when,
think so.
as a naive and aspiring filmmaker, he goes to Uganda with 2 friends in search of a story. While driving through a rural village,
A car was shot in front of us by a rebel army
Oh my
who
god.
was led by a guy named
A bit misleading. It was a car that had taken the same road earlier in the day. Jason and company weren't there to witness it.
Joseph Coney.
Really?
they drive to a city.
He said
to
it's a
safety and
car
find this.
in front of him.
Turns out
Okay,
it's part of
yeah.
a nightly routine.
That's all the
Kids live in
marketing.
villages,
Yeah.
But commute to the city to sleep there to avoid
shock-
being
shock
kidnapped in midnight
journalism.
raids by the LRA.
Whoa.
Thousands and thousands of kids without an
That's
adult
wild.
in sight.
Jason had found his
That
story
adult in sight. Who's that then?
and a cause. It must have made a real impression on him, because for the next 10 years he dedicated himself almost exclusively to trying to improve things in Uganda and stop Kony.
Look, I remember when all this shit broke and people were like saying that it was like a scam or whatever. Like, looking back on it, I do think that this guy was a good actor. His efforts might have been misplaced, but I think he was overall trying to do something good. I keep talking with my hand and keep blocking my tracking.
Was a culmination, but in the preceding years he tried a bunch of other schemes.
And you get like 3D tracking.
The bracelet campaign.
The bracelet campaign.
White's daily broadcast about where the LRA is and where they're active.
And this.
Okay.
Do what we always do. Dance.
Oh wait.
This is all real.
I remember this, yeah.
We're on a mission, put Uganda deep inside your mind.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
It needs attention and a dance to make it sparkle and shine.
Oh, okay. His voice was cracking a little bit there. Ooh. They're in bad times.
Naturally,
I love that. That's the exact expression that something like this like that's the only it's just like somebody's like yeah somebody, I'm glad somebody's doing something about this. I'm not gonna lift a finger, but yeah, you go.
Naturally, questions have been
I
raised
acknowledge
about
your
sexual
cause.
orientation.
All these other rumors too that you were gay.
Yeah, I've heard those rumors.
Yeah.
My parents started a large children's theater organization, so I am
Theatrical.
Theatrical.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Straight men are allowed to enjoy musicals. It's current year. Back to Kony 2012.
Look, I like musicals too. Am I gay? That's questionable. I'm pretty sure I'm straight, but who knows at this point? Them femboys are attempting.
So the video lays out a plan called
They don't call them a trap for no reason.
Pay $30 for your super special Kony action kit. Whoa, that's nice. In the
But
kit,
only
you'll find
anime
5
femboys.
items. Button, bracelet, stickers, shirt, and these posters. Then, on April 20th, in the dead of night, go out and vandalize your town with awareness.
And wake up to hundreds of thousands of posters.
Me and my brother asked my mom if we could go do this. We never got like the kit or anything, and when it all happened, we didn't. I think we pretty much just forgot about it because it was like months in the future, I think. But I have a very distinct memory of like going up to my mom and being like, oh, there's this thing happening and it's like activism and a lot of people are gonna be doing this. It's like bringing awareness.
On every corner.
It was going to be amazing. Everyone was on board. The countdown
I was like,
to April 20th had begun.
I was like
And all
13
Jason
or
and
something.
Kony had to do was keep the momentum going. And
There's no excuse for my brother though. He was like 16 at the time. And I remember, oh my God, I remember when he saw this, he made like, oh, I don't remember the exact words, but I remember the general vibe of it. He made like the cringiest Facebook post where he was like, hey everyone, with all your privileged lives and sitting safely in your bed, why don't you watch something that's sure to make a difference, or something like that. He made a Facebook post about this. He posted the video saying shit like that. It was like the most like punk rocker type, like oh, you guys don't know real suffering, but these people do.
not fuck it up.
Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Thank God I didn't do that. I don't think I even had a Facebook at the time.
Say the film manipulates the facts,
simplifying the story.
Oversimplifying a wildly
No, I think I did. I might have.
Joseph Kony and his forces have been significantly reduced.
Pro-war activism.
Utterly naive.
Oh, Alex Jones.
This will be a
I always forget how prolific he is. Like how long he's been in the
A day
game.
or two later, the heady excitement gave way to more doubt.
I only like learned about Alex Jones back in like
Media commentators started
2018 or
making
19
scathing
or something.
critiques of the video. And testimony from Uganda wasn't
like
entirely
17.
positive either.
It's unfortunate that we can have people who are merchandising but using people's problems.
Then it got
Dexter
really
is causing
serious.
trouble.
Teenage girls started weighing in.
Oh,
My
shit.
Mom, and my mom laughs and goes, "He died like 5 years ago."
This is wrong, by the way, but it was seen by 4 million people.
Yeah, there you go. All you gotta say is people are so quick to like believing the generally accepted consensus of things. It's like you can say like Abraham Lincoln said 7 years ago, and then somebody goes, little known fact, he didn't actually say that. That was actually his vice president. And people are just going to be like, oh, okay. And then they're going to carry that knowledge with them for the next 20 years until they eventually get called out on it. Like, people are so willing to believe that they have like, I think the appeal is like hidden knowledge, right? Like I am part of like the knowledgeable few, and you are the dumb majority. Like, that's kind of like the appeal to it. Not that everybody who believes that shit like thinks other people are dumb, but I think that us as humans are just more willing to believe something if it makes us feel special in a way. Right, like we know hidden knowledge.
The term
you know
slacktivism started cropping up.
That's my guess.
Legitimate questions were asked.
Read as to why that
How
happens.
will the money donated be spent?
That invisible children would send would have to go to the Ugandan military.
Why did you put your son in the film?
Why would you put your son in the film? Why did you put yourself in the film? Those questions about our sincerity.
Why are they saying Tony is in Uganda?
Why would you put your son in the film as an emotional
Invisible Children wasn't
plot point?
popular among other charities either.
Like, I have a son, I know how important
important
children are.
Just 2 days before International Women's Day.
Oh,
a critical fundraising time for some. Even the Ugandan Prime Minister took a few jabs.
We do not need a sleek video on YouTube for us to take notice.
Once people started feeling misled, they turned against the organization.
Oh,
and squared
no.
the blame on one person. The pressure was building. Online backlash and a hectic schedule was starting to take a toll.
Yeah, I don't remember like all this backlash, but again, like
It was just
millions of
like the big, from what I remember, the big impact was, when the video came out, the initial video came out, and then like it blew up, but then everybody just kind of forgot about it. Not everybody, but
supporters
like
on one side, millions of critics on the other.
On and on and on.
Make Coney famous? Well, it made Jason famous too, and the pressure kept increasing. He was flying all over the country.
And then, of course, we all heard that it was just like a scam or something, and everybody's just like, do the same thing. It's like, oh, I guess it's a scam then.
People Magazine, Reuters. By day 3, I was
Not looking
in LA
into it at
doing
all.
Interview after interview after interview.
17 interviews in 48 hours.
Again, I'm not saying that this is like a good cause to stand behind.
Not being able to stop.
Well, not that it's, what I
criticism from every direction.
Then it was like, you're the worst. You're terrible. And
it does seem to have a lot of valid criticisms against it, right?
Coney's dead.
They started saying the whole project was for his ego, or based on greed, and not just criticism, responsibility. How are you going to stop children from being murdered, Jason? You promised a solution, Jason. When are you going to deliver, Coney?
At the end of that day,
What is this?
my mind
What's this timer
was
down here?
exhausted.
To release the pressure, he and his family tried to take a
Why is
couple
this
of days
timer
off by
here?
going to Palm Springs.
I guess we'll
But
find
people
out.
recognized him there too.
Is this when he
So
breaks
they hid away
down?
in their hotel room with the curtains closed. Jason was starting to crack. Paranoia.
It's
Delusions
a countdown to the
He went
actual
with his family
day.
to see the Lorax, and he thought the film was speaking to
Lorax.
him directly. Voices in Jason's head told him that he needed to get
God
to New
damn
York
it! My entire perception of time is skewed. Like, the Lorax doesn't seem like it came out that long ago, like all the way back in 2012. But it's like, yeah, I guess it did. Like, it doesn't seem. I don't know. I would have guessed like 2014. I
Next
don't
12 hours,
shit's crazy when
would
you get
win,
older.
Whatever
You just,
that meant.
time is just
Then
wibbly
he
wobbly.
stripped off all of his clothes and
Oh,
ran
this,
out
yeah,
into the
here it
street.
is.
I was on a street in San
I love his
Diego.
movements. He's like very like
I was
he's like
on a
very
street in
like
San Diego,
I want the
totally
manager like
naked
Karen
and crazy.
finger
out
with
into the
with
street.
with his hand movements. Like look at him.
I was on a street in San Diego, totally naked and crazy out of my mind. Someone driving by in a car took a video on their phone, and they sold it to TMZ for $30,000. And then my naked and crazy mess went viral as well.
Good old
Some have said that he
TMZ.
was jacking it and that he was on drugs. Neither is true. It's just a very distressed man having a mental episode.
Were you also masturbating? Did I hear that too?
That is crazy when like so to speak that like a person of seemingly reasonable mind can just like snap. Like everybody knows that it can happen, but it's weird to think that like you like that's capable that's possible to happen to you. Like if you get pushed far enough, like you might strip off all your clothes and run down Main Street, right? It's weird that that's like actually a thing.
No one who was there ever said that that was happening.
Yeah.
I'm naked, so it's not a far extension of, imagination.
He was taken to the hospital, not jail.
Police say when they showed up, they didn't see any of that and was taken to
Any
a
of
local medical
that.
facility that he was not arrested though.
Any of the
There, he
naughty
thought the staff
business.
were trying to kill him.
Just
Oh
one
wait,
of those things
what the
where I'm
fuck was that?
I don't
Oh,
believe what you're saying. You're
the
trying
staff
to
were
kill
trying to
me.
kill him. Right.
He ran around in his underwear, kicking in doors until eventually he was subdued and sedated.
Did you come back
Oh,
to yourself
God.
as you know yourself?
That was legendary.
2 weeks.
That was
2
legendary
weeks.
when Michael was in
Bro.
Yeah.
the Max
Later
Mofo
on,
Pokemon.
one Sharona Reed tried to sue Mr. Russell for the trauma
Does he still do Max Mofo Pokemon?
of
Well-
having to see him do naked calisthenics. As far
We'll-
as I can
we'll check
tell,
after
that
this.
lawsuit went nowhere.
Can you think of anything
doubt it.
else that's worse than running around naked going like this on TMZ?
Well, maybe one thing. While all of this was happening,
Sparkle
the
and
countdown to the day of
shine.
action was still ticking. Thousands of kits had been sold. Get ready for an awareness campaign so effective you'll
Have
think
University.
you're living in Uganda.
Wait, what is that?
The kids
Hammer,
rolled out
hammer?
into the street.
Hammer?
Selfie stick
Wait,
under
actually,
the
hold on.
menu.
I'm sorry. Hussamon? University Hospital? Hussamon? What
The
the
kids
fuck?
rolled
What is
out
that?
into the street. Selfie sticks and posters ready. Let's do it. Let's save those kids. We're changing the world. Oh,
Nice.
God, yes.
Wow. Epic.
But it wasn't all well intended.
Oh no.
Some took it as a chance to vandalize their neighborhood with impunity.
I should
The
get a
elf
Coney
left clean
2012
mess.
shirt.
And despite the impression you might get from this fancy montage, the turnout was abysmal. Here are some figures. Toronto, 50,000 people registered. Real
Yeah.
attendance? 50. Sydney, 18,000 people
That's a
registered.
factor of
Real
1,000.
attendance? 12. Montreal, 4,800 registered. Real attendance? 0. Instead, they cancelled their event and put up
That's a
post
factor
calling
of
Invisible Children
0.
a fraud organization. This is what 4 million Coney hashtags gets you. Now, I bet
Or
you want to know
infinite.
where
How does
Invisible
that work?
Children,
Wait.
Jason Russell, and Coney are
I don't
now.
know, whatever.
But before I tell you that, I want to go on 2 quick tangents. Jason
Dude,
Russell
why
and
do they
Coney
make
are now.
they made Coney look like sympathetic in this? Like he doesn't look like a bad guy. He looks like a kind of like a Che Guevara type thing. He's got like sorrow in his eyes. That's
Now,
not
before I tell
that's
you
not
that,
very
I wanna
good.
go on 2 quick tangents. of
Maybe they
things
were
I
on his
found while
side.
researching. In the Coney 2012 video, you'll see this guy, Louis Marino Ocampo. Chief Prosecutor for the International Criminal Court.
Whoa,
This would be the
look at that picture.
organization that charges Coney if he was ever prosecutor for the International.
That is one. What is up with that picture? What is? He's like pulling his chin in too much, you know.
National Criminal Court. This would be the organization that charges Coney if he was ever caught.
Court penal.
In 2017, a bunch of Louis' emails were leaked, and they detailed one hell of a caper to catch Coney and bring him to justice.
Wait, really?
I'm not making any of the following up, right?
Shit is too
Here's
dumb
the
to make
plan.
up.
Lure Coney out of the jungle with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie as bait.
Straight from a Hollywood movie, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt attempting to arrest an African warlord.
What?
So it would
Wait.
go, the A-list couple would fly...
Hey, we were. That's Metal Gear. That's Metal Gear. We were just playing that.
Call him up. With
We were
an
just playing
invitation
MGS3.
to dinner. Coney, starstruck, would of course say
Dinner.
yes. He'd show up, presumably bottle of wine in hand and ready to mingle.
Does an I'm sure an African warlord watches movies, but like, would he be a fan of? Yeah, I don't know. Even people in North Korea are like fans of like South Korean entertainment, right? And that's with like a government restriction.
Then
imagine
his shock. It was a trap all along.
It's probably
Special forces would pop
he
out
probably
from
watches
behind the
American
salad bar
movies.
and get their guy.
One idea appears to have been for Angelina Jolie to lure him to a private dinner where he would be arrested.
It was a foolproof plan, but unfortunately, it was
That
never
was a
realized.
perfect look.
Once Miss Jolie stopped responding to Louis' weird emails, Ocampo...
Oh wait, so wait.
was never realized.
Wait, so they actually like met up about this type of shit? There's no way.
Once Miss
There's
Jolie
no way.
stopped responding to Louis' weird emails, Ocampo approached George Clooney for use of his spy satellite.
The chief prosecutor had also attempted to recruit George Clooney in
Wait,
a plot to
his
fly
spy satellite?
over Libya.
Yes, that's correct. George Clooney partnered with a satellite company to spy on al-Bashir of Sudan. Okie doke.
Huh?
Anyway, he
What?
responded that the satellite wasn't powerful enough. So then Ocampo moved on to his backup date, Sean Penn, whom he invited to the UN security meeting in South Sudan.
I swear to God, this guy's just like, I'm picking my favorite actors, and I just want to meet them. I know this shit's not going to happen.
What?
What?
And there were some people having fun with Coney 2012 as well. Turns out Coney looks a lot like Carl Weathers in the movie Predator.
Oh, actually.
So as
Hold
well,
on. Actually.
turns out Coney looks a lot like Carl Weathers.
This is like a really good, like, I mean, like, obviously they're different people, but like that shot so perfectly.
Take this screenshot from Predator, post it on Facebook, and say how great he is without mentioning the name.
Right.
Then wait for some slacktivists to immediately assume it's Joseph Coney.
Get
Then
the bait.
you call them racist. It was good for a few minutes of fun. Then they tried it on the official meetup pages. Promptly deleted.
Right.
And we're back. So get a load of this total car crash
feel like
dumpster fire
Coney
shitstorm
won.
diaper hurricane, am I right, guys? Well, no. Despite all the mishaps and poor turnout, Coney 2012 was a massive success. The goal was to make an obscure warlord in rural Uganda a household name.
I mean, people are still talking
And they
about it.
succeeded.
Kinda.
People
People,
in the hundreds of
people will be like, oh, I remember Coney. Remember Coney 2012?
on a budget of about $1.5 million. Any marketing agency would kill for that.
Oh my God, there are people, there are people in my family that I converse with that were not born at the time of Coney 2020. Like, they are old enough to have. Oh, that's depressing. That is depressing.
In fact, 7 years later, you probably clicked on this video because you have some vague notion of Coney.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that video
69
already.
views.
Now, let me give you a very brief rundown on where everyone is. Then let's get out of here. Invisible Children.
Skedaddle.
Outside of long-term and small-scale projects, they've largely ceased operations.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Coney.
Makes sense.
He's still out there, but his army
Oh,
is
is he?
shrinking and splintering. He is effectively in hibernation.
Let's go check out
And
how
Jason
he's doing.
Russell. He's no longer with Invisible.
Wasn't there somebody else I was going to check on? Oh, yeah, Max Mofo Pokemon.
He's also been breakdown
Well, just
free
Max
since
Mofo.
2012, but he's still doing the activism thing. Look, I've had to gloss over so many details in this video, and there are so many more questions to be answered. But I don't want this video to be an hour long or take 2 months.
No, that's not the right word.
So I'm going to round this one off with a Q&A on the second channel.
But how could it be?
What about that $20 million they raised? Why didn't the US military or the Ugandan military just bomb the shit out of Coney? What did Coney have to say about the video? All of these questions, and a ton more, plus any questions you may have of your own.
Wait, I've definitely never seen
one to see it.
At least I don't think. Gonna change the world. Hold on, is there go like and subscribe. Hold on, wait. Second channel. Come on. Oh, it's incognito mode. Wait, this would have been 2018, like 7 or 8 years ago. Oh. Okay, wait. So where's Coney? Where's Coney? Oh, here it is. Oh my God. I'll have to watch. What time is it? Oh my God, it's almost. Do I watch this? What kind of? It's a Q&A. 2 months late.
Let's just jump into it.
How's Connie doing these days?
It seems like.
Okay, we might as well watch this. First, let's check in on Max Mofo Pokemon. Is he still making content? No, he's not. Understandable. I didn't even like Pokemon, I like Pokemon, but I didn't even like Pokemon cards, but I would just watch just because, you know, I love Max Mofo. I do wonder where, how, I doubt they would ever say it publicly, but I do wonder how they feel, how both Max Mofo and Joji, and I mean, you know, anything for views as well, and you know, that whole gaggle. How do they feel about the whole iDubbbz thing, right? That's crazy. iDubbbz, look. It's unfortunate. If you still support iDubbbz, good on you. But to be quite frank, all of this that's been happening over the past, I guess, year at this point, has just kind of seemingly proven that iDubbbz has just like kind of an empty head. You know, I don't know, maybe he's gotten concussed one too many times, but it just seems like he's just kind of a puppet for the masses. Not the masses, no. I mean, definitely a puppet for his wife, seemingly. I don't know. It's weird. How do you go from being the edgiest edgelord to being the antithesis? Not even just like, oh, you know, what I did in the past was weird, you know. Like he went through that phase. Now it's just like fully the opposite end, which you don't see in people. You definitely see them transform from, oh, you know, what I used to do back then, I don't think that was good, like, but you don't see them like do a complete 180. Anyway, enough talking about iDubbbz.
Let's just jump into it.
How's Connie doing these days?
Yeah.
It seems likely that if he's not captured in the next few years, he'll be dead anyway. It was reported a few years ago that he has type 2 diabetes.
Oh,
and that's
really?
a fairly progressive disease. It's hard to get dialysis or large stocks of insulin in the jungle. But for now, he's roaming around in the jungle.
Here, wait, actually, let's go check on him. Wait. I misspelled it. Coney. Is he dead? Well, it doesn't say that he is dead. Age 64 years. 42 children as of 2006. LRA neutralization and US stand down. In April. Oh, so wait. Okay, so he's probably going to go over this. Reportedly settled in a camp 10 miles from a village named Yemen. Wait, there's... Okay, a village named Yemen. Okay. No, he didn't settle in Yemen. He settled in a village named Yemen. In the same month, hearing of the surrender of 14 LRA members of government forces, blah, blah, blah. Prompting him and his 71 men to flee towards Sudan. Okay, so now I guess he's in Sudan. Good to know.
Jungle with about 100 troops, and hopefully he's dead sooner than later.
Those tattoos.
Seems like he's still alive, maybe.
As far as I can tell, they're all real. I only put a few of them in the video. There were a couple others that were a bit more dubious, so I left them out. For example, this one, which is like the upside-down triangle, which represents the Fourth Estate. So it was like the next campaign that represented equality or something.
Is Connie actually as bad as they say?
I feel like everything's so hyperbolized in the media these days, so it's kind of hard to find words that describe quite how evil this guy is.
Oh, is he actually?
Unequivocally, yes.
Okay.
Kills kids, mutilates kids, amputates their arms and legs, kills them for sport, kills them to send messages, makes them kill one another. If I was living there...
Okay, so he is pretty much just like a one-dimensional bad guy. Fair enough. I mean, they do exist, right? Not that there was any chance that this guy was going to be a good guy, but I don't know any of the politics of what's going on here.
So necessary, I'll be getting the fuck out.
Why did Jason have the breakdown?
These things I think are always multi-factor. So the first is he had an underlying mental illness. The second is that he was very run down, so operating on very little sleep, very high pressure situations, going from interview to interview, flying across the country. Apparently he was also very dehydrated, so sort of not taking care of himself. Simple maintenance.
Ooh, is that an eel?
The third is that he had a very bright spotlight on him. All of a sudden, he was the face of the most viral video to date, and he was recognized.
Probably. Didn't he say that he was like had
and he just wasn't prepared
like 5 billion interviews all at once?
I think he felt a very strong responsibility. I think he's a sincere guy. I think he really did.
Dude, if I have to go like drive 3 hours to for a holiday and then 3 hours back, and I bring Dexter along, I am just like completely like exhausted by the end of it. And I'm like, oh god, oh thank God it's over.
Want to
like imagine flying all over the place to talk about an African warlord while everybody's criticizing
his main goal. And so I think he felt an enormous pressure when suddenly everyone went, oh, he's the guy who's going to fix Africa? Okay, well, here's all the resources you need.
He's the guy who's going to fix Africa.
Gonna, fulfill all the criteria that you've set out. You just have to deliver a safe Africa now. And it's like, oh, hey, man. There's like, kids having their pieces of their face cut off and stuff, and he's the one who's going to have to fix it. And like I can see how that would be a very heavy weight to have on your shoulders. People said that he was on drugs. That's not true.
Right.
At least I don't think that's true. They'll test you for that sort of stuff when you get checked into a mental hospital. Here's an interview he did with Oprah where he says that no drugs.
Were you on drugs at all at the time?
zero drugs. If I saw that video though, and it wasn't me, I'd be like, that person's on drugs.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would be, I don't
Look
care
how tight
what
this
they say.
workflow is.
Yeah.
He tends to be fairly matter-of-fact about these things.
I'm still getting used to Adobe Premiere. I started, not that this really matters, but I started using Adobe Premiere, and I am so used to like Sony Vegas. It feels completely different. I know that there's generally all the same bells and whistles, and there's probably more bells and whistles in Adobe Premiere, but it is just like, oh. And I'm also using like a version from 2014 for no particular reason. Of course, you know, it's not it's completely legal.
Also wasn't jacking it. I felt like I had to address that in the video. You know, Casey Neistat said he was. South Park.
Casey, wait, really?
You know, Casey Neistat.
Wait.
Said he was.
Wait,
I
where
felt
is
like
that?
I had to address that. Featured it as a large part in one of their episodes. It seems like thousands and thousands of people were saying that he was jacking it into the streets, but there is absolutely no corroboration from it. There were no witnesses who said that he was jacking it.
There's videos.
There were no police who said that he was jacking it. The footage doesn't show him jacking it, and so it just seems to have been plucked from thin air, and it's become part of the story now, and it's almost impossible to refute.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, you're doing, if you're going crazy in public while naked, there's no way that, like, no, you are probably assumed to have been masturbating unless otherwise proven. And even then, people are still going to be like, well, why were you naked? It's like, because he was fucking crazy.
It is what it is. I read this very long interview. I can't remember where it was published. And it talks about the scope of the delusions. And I cut this bit out for the sake of brevity. But he says at one point, he called his mate up and he says, you got to come to the house. And he comes over and he says, hey man, we have to rearrange all the books on my bookshelf in chronological order.
Wait, what?
So that we can determine what humanity should do next. Like crazy delusions of grandeur. So this is like a full-on mental break. And you know, he spent a month in a mental hospital.
So weird how that shit happens. It's crazy.
It seems to me like...
Like, I want to I mean, not genuinely, but like you know how it's like, oh, I want to experience what it's like to, you know, go into a black hole. It's like, you'll fucking die, obviously, so, and you'll never come out. So I wish there was like a safe environment. Same thing with like pain. Like, I wish I could experience the worst pain in the world, but guarantee that it'll just, you know, it'll just stop, and there will be no like mental, long-term, like physical or mental effects.
You're gonna feel
just
pity for anyone.
Just like a, you know,
it's someone who has a mental breakdown and spends a month
like,
in a mental hospital.
Like testing a gun out at the shooting range, like in a game, right?
The last thing to mention is also that
there's no consequences. Like, you don't have to buy the gun.
I had made that video. Jason Russell actually appeared in an interview with the BBC, and he talked about his mental breakdown. And it's a really good interview. It goes for about 30 minutes. I'll provide a link. And it basically confirms a lot of the things in the video. They don't touch on the same exact points. But it's a very good synopsis of what happened. And
it'll be fascinating when somebody has a mental breakdown while they have like a Neuralink in. And this will be in the future where like Neuralink is like mapping out every fucking neuron in your brain or something. That's probably never going to happen. But, you know, it would be interesting to see or to have some sort of reading as to what happens when a mental break occurs.
And, you know, goes through it in his own words, and it's worth a listen.
What the fuck is up with that musical? I want to scratch my eyes.
Okay, so that music video was
I love
part of
that.
a campaign
That's
called
hilarious.
The Global Night Commute. This is back in 2006. And the idea behind the Global Night
2006.
Commute is that we're going to sleep out on the streets for a night to understand and have empathy for these kids that are having to do the same in rural Uganda. Accompanying it was this video. Why was it like this? Well, I think, 2006, High School Musical was popular.
Oh my
I
god.
think they wanted to put something.
I didn't even consider, like, it was very High School Musical. I never watched High School Musical, but it was very High School Musical, and I just assumed that was part of its DNA. I didn't even think that, like, oh, that's what was popular at the time.
On
That's
their
crazy.
show reel. I think they enjoyed musicals, and they saw this as the best way of relating to the kids. So I want to show the thing in full. It's under Creative Commons license, so you can do whatever you want with it.
Oh wait,
The
we're
footage I showed
watching
on
it.
the main channel video was about 30 seconds of a 7-minute video. So
Oh
I'll
my-
understand if you want to opt out. Here's a timestamp so that you can just skip it if you just
Oh,
cannot take it anymore.
I am. We're gonna watch some of it. We'll get the vibe of it. We'll skip through it a
They're
bit.
pretending like they've just screened a video to a high school audience, right?
Oh right. Yep. Gotcha. Oh.
Now would you help me give a warm Eagles welcome to the 3 filmmakers of Invisible Children?
Oh no. No. When people come out looking like that, I'm like either they're about to do a musical or we're about to witness an orgy.
The movie was really good and sad and all, but what are we supposed to do about it?
It's all good and sad now. I miss these days. Oh my god, a wave of nostalgia.
On April 29th, we're having this thing called the Global Night Community. We're asking you
It's all sad and stuff.
use your local downtown and sleep in the streets like the kids do in the movie.
Yep, right here.
No offense, but what do you know about nuclear war?
Oh my god.
I know.
So,
I know.
oh shit, hold on.
It sounds crazy.
So they're acting as their own sort of devil's advocate.
I love that. Yeah, no, this is obviously like.
don't know much.
Anyway,
this isn't
why I
an
said
actual.
he's a typical Californian dude. Because like, listen to this guy's accent.
I know. It sounds crazy. We know.
It sounds crazy. We know. We know.
Before, but we know that what America does gets noticed.
What America
What
does.
the people in America do
Yeah.
can't be ignored.
Come on, guys, get real.
Come on, guys, get real.
What makes you so different?
Oh, this is so cringy.
Damage in the world?
Because you know that they just like coordinated this with like a high school, right? And then they showed up, right? And that's why the filming is such shit right now, because it's supposed to look real. And then they just like, hey, does anybody want to like, kind of like be in and like ask questions, right? And they have like, it's all scripted.
Government just shoot that Joseph County guy.
Yeah, why not? Why isn't it that easy? Just send an ICBM. Come on, bro. This is 2006. We don't care about people in other countries. We just got hit with 9/11 5 years ago. We're angry.
If you can hear in the background, I hope this is loud enough. He goes, someone in the background yells, if we're sleeping out in the streets, is there going to be a bathroom?
They're ADD high school kids.
We got to do something, you guys. What can we do to
They
bring
respond
them
to like spectacle, something huge, big, flashy. That's what we need to do. Let's bring it.
Okay,
Look
let's
at
give
him.
them what they
Look
want.
at him grabbing his
Let's do what we
collar
always
in
do.
anticipation.
Dance.
Dance.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I
Okay,
skipped
we're
all
not
this 'cause
we're
it
not
hasn't
watching
really
this whole
all
thing.
filled up. But,
Oh. This honestly would have been like 20 times better if it was just the same like film quality and just some random person holding a handy cam. What is with that guy's face? He's so, every single time they zoom in on him, he's so like, he looks like Howard Wolowitz from The Big Bang Theory if they were making like a parrot, like kind of like an Ember Island Players type thing. If you know what I'm talking about.
Typical, like, they're all
Where it's like-
skeptical, but then by the end, he's even got the principal dancing kind of thing. You know?
The fuck? What?
Oh, look, they're giant now.
Oh my god, they're like the camera skew is not it's not skewing right, so they just look like they're like warping in 3D space. Hold on.
Oh look, they're
Watch
giant
this.
now.
Wait, did that actually? Did they actually just like enhance? Like he kind of did the move, but they enhanced it like in post processing and just did like the warp tool on him. One more time.
Oh look, they're giant now.
They did. That's totally what happened. Like, whoa, we just witnessed something super. Oh god. No. I am wondering. Oh, you can see where the cut is. Like if you look at reactions, it just like snaps, right? I was like, I wonder how they're doing that, but it is just they're just wiping the frame, or just flashing the frame and then doing a transition.
I've had this song in my.
Because if it was like a coherent shot, I would have actually been impressed that they would have like masked them. Sparkle and shine. Like that guy gives.
Oh wait a minute, I'm changing my mind.
Look, like no hate on this guy, but like maybe it's just that his eyes are so like intensely blue that he looks like. He looks like somebody who was rejected from My Chemical Romance for being too preppy, but also he had like school shooter vibes.
I tried
Like-
so hard to get this shirt printed in time for this video release. I swear to God, I talked.
Oh God! Oh, you know what they just did? They just went down to Staples and got like one of those printout things, right? You can tell based on the fact that it's just the size of a sheet of paper.
Like
It's not an
4
actual
t-shirt printers.
good
But
print.
I couldn't find anyone who could do like this full pink shirt, and tracking down this particular photograph in high res was
Oh,
really
that's fair.
quite difficult. And
Yeah.
and by the end, I just sort of gave up. I'll see if I can provide like a high quality PNG for you after this, and if you want to go get your own t-shirt made.
But yeah, that's not a professionally done t-shirt. That's... We're not qualified. What he said? He said 13 minutes. We're almost done. This is a lot more amusing than I thought it was. Oh, and you saw how the color faded in. They went from the drab, like unsaturated.
So that's the end of Act 1.
Like handy cam. Okay, maybe this is more coordinated than I thought it was.
I don't know who.
Like I figured that they just.
April.
I mean, I guess if they're in Hollywood, they could probably get a billion like kind of 18 to 20-year-olds that are willing to do this shit for basically free. Like just pay them like $50 and some lunch, right? Gonna change the world. No, don't get it twisted here. I'm not complimenting the music, but it's more competent than I would expect. Uganda. Sign up online. Oh, just press right here. I see.
You got to admire some of the
Jazzercise.
coordination, though.
Hey, these people aren't aware of our. Yeah, let's dance for them, so that way they'll love African children.
Remix, break it down.
Oh, I'm getting an overwhelming sense of guilt due to my white privilege.
Okay, now this is the big day. Did you brush your teeth? Yeah.
I've got no idea who this kid is.
Yes, Mom. Did you bring your camera? Yes,
Look at that
Mom. Did you
hair.
eat your broccoli? Mom, I'm trying to end a war.
Did he just wait? Hold
Eat your
on.
broccoli. Mom, I'm trying to end a war.
I'm trying to end a war. I was gonna say, like, his hair looks like somebody was like, all right, what's the style of the time? It's like kind of spiked up. It's like, all right, just do that.
Well then, let's.
That's Jason Russell's mum.
Oh no. Oh god. This does kind of. Is that car gonna run them over? That car's thinking about it. This reeks of the era. I mean, oh hey, thanks for the polish. Good time to come in.
It's on a Creative Commons license, so.
Hey. No, I was saying, like, this reeks of the era because it's just so, like, it's so not self-aware. Like, it's like fake self-aware, but they're still like, I don't know.
Right now,
there's like a weird level
about this
of self-awareness. My day's been quite all right.
They made it in 3 weeks, which is fairly impressive with all this.
Wait, how many weeks?
Right? In 3 weeks.
3
which
weeks.
Is fairly impressive with all this sort of stuff, right? Guess who edited and directed it?
That's actually pretty impressive.
I'm not sure if you've heard a movie called Crazy Rich Asians before.
Oh.
It's still in cinemas at the moment. There's a guy who directed, you know, the Now You See Me movies? Those ones with the magicians with like Jesse Eisenberg and.
Wait, Daniel Radcliffe was in it as well. I know it was Jesse Eisenberg and like Woody Harrelson. Oh, this is 2, so I guess they like built out the cast
and all those actors. Oh, hold on. Yeah, here he is. So.
Wait,
this guy,
Justin Bieber,
John
Beauty
M.
and a
He
Beat.
directed Crazy Rich Asians, Now You See Me 2, G.I. Joe Retaliation, like a lot.
Oh
of, like,
no, is that the second one? Oh god, I watched the first G.I. Joe movie, like with Channing Tatum. That's Channing Tatum, right? Yeah, I think. No, yes. Anyway, I watched that a couple times. I liked that. But
big movie.
The second one just.
He made this movie.
Oh yeah, I can see my. I said my day's been good so far. Sorry, I said that before. I think I was laughing at the time, so maybe you didn't hear it.
It's actually in the description of the video itself. John M. Chu helped direct and edit. I thought that was funny, but there was this weird other thing which I wanted to put in the video and I just couldn't find a place for it. So. Before Jason Russell went and made Visible Children, he was friends with.
Wait, Jason Russell. Oh wait,
he still is.
Jason Russell's the main guy.
And his wife and John M. Chu wrote a musical.
How was your day?
Moxie, and he sold the rights to it to Steven Spielberg.
Really?
Nothing ever came of it. They never made it into a movie, but. Anyway, I just think it's like this weird thing that should be mentioned somewhere.
How long have I been streaming?
Jason Russell sold a movie script with the help of John M. Chu to Steven Spielberg.
About 5 to 7 months, I think. Maybe.
Shooting.
Car shooting.
A little bit up.
Oh right.
In the video, there's a scene where it says the car in front.
Yeah, the car in front of us.
Was shot by the LRA while driving through a rural village.
A car was shot in front of us by a rebel army
Oh,
who was led by a guy named
is the
Joseph
video
Kony.
volume a little
And I
bit too
think
high?
This is an example of Jason stretching the truth a little bit. You know, where he
Is that
didn't
better?
need to. So they're on tour in Uganda. They're being driven around by this local woman. The local woman pulls over to the side of the road and
Can you
starts
hear
talking to
over the
locals.
video a little
They
bit better?
say, you better get out
There,
of here
okay.
because there's just been a car shot up at the side of the road. 2 people were killed in it. They quickly floor it and get to the
2
next
people
town,
were killed.
which
Oh,
is
shit.
Gulu. And there they speak to some of the Ugandan army.
Thankfully, we made it into the city and started asking questions.
I'm from the U.S.
Okay, those are the rebel who shot that vehicle.
The LRA? What do you mean shot?
Oh, this is him. That's him.
After the shooting, we were forced
It's
to
him back
stay
in the day.
the town of Gulu overnight.
The Ugandan army then describes to them
Where
what
are you
happened
from?
and that there was a shooting, confirming what the villagers said. But the way that Jason tells
If
it
you don't-
and the
if
way
you
that
don't
it's
mind saying,
written about
that is
as though they were there to witness it, but they weren't. Everything is a second-hand account.
You're from
I
Virginia?
thought that was just a sort of unnecessary stretching of the truth.
Like,
you know,
Virginia,
I realize that people
the
do
US?
this sort of stuff to make a story more sexy, but it just didn't need to be.
How did Invisible Children start?
You know, when Kony 2012 came out, people assumed that this was the charity's very first campaign, and it wasn't. They've been doing these things since 2005. They've actually got a number of very good programs that they continue with to today.
Men
Includes
of
things like
Islam.
setting up schools, scholarships, even scholarships for
Oh, my
child's
my artist Rin TQ. He's in the. If you want to check him out, he's in the credits in my about. Yeah, he's a great artist. He's done most of my channel art,
the jungle,
and
to
he's
try
working on
and,
more
reform
right
them and
now. So.
Integrate them back into the cities and villages, and they're campaigns that have actually been pretty.
Yeah, yes. Would you like to see some examples? You also do this type of work. No, I think I'm good for right now. I'm still working with my artist,
Effective.
and
I
you
don't
know,
think they got proper
while it's a
credit,
little tight at the moment,
for
or
a lot
money's
of
a little
that
tight.
work.
So
a few other things included.
I spent all my money
series
on
of
art
radio towers,
already.
An app that supposedly tracked the LRA, so but essentially a warning system: get the hell out of there, they're coming your way, as well as basic infrastructure kind of stuff.
What was the
That's
Ugandan
good.
government's response to the Kony 2012 video?
The Ugandan Board of Tourism was not particularly happy when this video came
I
out,
would
and,
expect
they
so.
actually hurt
They probably
for a
would
couple
not
of
be
years
very happy.
afterwards. People thought it was a war-torn hellhole. And in fact, the Prime Minister of Uganda, after all these celebrities tweeted out,
Who, Rihanna? Is that the prime minister?
you know, hashtag Kony 2012 and jumped on that bad way.
Oh, after all the celebrity, I got it.
Tweeted at them, so at Justin Bieber, at Kim Kardashian.
He did like each individually. That's so funny.
You know, hey, why not come to Uganda? You know, it's not as bad as everyone's saying. Yeah, so damage control, I think you'd call it.
What's up with that Marino
Just copy
Ocampo
and
guy?
pasted. Yeah, him.
Okay, I feel like I have to have a disclaimer for this one. Marino Ocampo, former chief prosecutor for the International Criminal Court.
What do you think if you increase my followers like 1K by running a marketing campaign and run proper Google ads, create a storyboard in this way, will start your channel growth and make your channel towards earning? I mean, if you want to, go ahead. I'm fine on my own. Hello, Serious Business. Thank you for the follow.
If it comes out in the news that I committed suicide,
you
please
don't.
investigate it as a murder. Also, historian, you can't have any of my stuff.
What's up with you?
I want it all to go to Frederick Knudsen so that he can make an investigative video.
That's good.
Because this guy seems pretty
I'm
powerful,
doing quite all right.
and he's
Learning
into all
more
sorts
about
of shady
Kony.
dealings. So,
Joseph Kony.
Marino Ocampo. First of all, what was up with that plot? Well, I think he's a bit of a social climber. I
agree. I think he's
get close to some celebrities because
I think he was
he has
just
a
like
fascination with celebrity. And
I could.
he likes to be in the spotlight himself.
It depends on the
Did he
video,
really think
but
that
this
plot was gonna
video's
work?
running pretty long right now,
Probably
so
not.
it'll have to be after.
It was a sort
But
of.
feel
let's
free
just
to
see how far down the road we can
post
get
one.
with this.
I'll
and
see if
what
I
happens
can get
kind of
around
deal.
to check
But
it
the
out.
point was to spend time with Angelina Jolie, preferably also with Brad Pitt, and to be seen doing it. I think that's why he invited her to all sorts of other events.
So
as
if you
well.
feel like sticking
They've met
around,
up before several
then
times.
yes. The answer is
I don't
yes.
think Angelina Jolie and Brad took it too seriously, to be honest. From what I read of the emails, they're just excerpts. I wasn't able to get a hold of the whole, batch of emails that were leaked. But I'm sure they get invitations to things all the time, and the polite thing to do is oh yeah, no, we'll chat it over and it sounds like a great opportunity.
Cool.
And then let nothing happen.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Is usually the best course of action. So that's what I think they were thinking from their side.
Do I put
As I
title or
understand
link?
it,
Just link. It's
Again,
fine.
I don't have the emails. I don't actually know who has the emails anymore. I think it was just a small
Should be able
selection
to
that
post
were
it.
leaked
Yeah.
as part of a blackmailing campaign, actually, against him to try and hurt his character. He said, "I miss you," in an email to Angelina Jolie. That was like the last of their correspondence, as is my understanding.
Imagine
And,
saying, "I miss you" to
he got a
Angelina
response
Jolie.
from Angelina's personal assistant, who said, "Oh, she had a different email address now." So maybe it all ended a bit awkwardly. I haven't seen them together recently, but I think it's worth touching on that this guy is pretty shady. I'm sure at that level of government, especially in a corrupt institution like the UN, that it's pretty difficult to not be into some pretty shady things. But as soon as he was finished with his tenure, which is about 8 years, I think, he went to a business associate of Gaddafi's. He was an oil magnate, and said to him, "Hey, why don't you give me a $2 million retainer? Because I know you may be being investigated, and I'll do nothing. And you can just pay me $2 million a year." The
When did
implication
Gaddafi
being
die
that he
again?
would feed him
Is that like
information through his network of contacts.
13? This was I think
And
soon
then this
after
money was
2012.
supposed to be routed through a shell company, which Marino owned, which sold like luxury briefcases and luggage. And there's just all these weird things going on with this guy.
Why didn't they ever just bomb the shit out of him?
I remember there was a short-lived trend of Gaddafiing people where you would basically like shove a broom up people's asses unexpectedly.
The LRA.
Okay, well, there are 5 main reasons that I see. So, first of all, is it's the wrong jurisdiction. So, if the Ugandan Air Force were to bomb Coney, well, they're going to have a hard time if he's in the Central African Republic or in Sudan, right? The second is tied to that. They don't know where he is. So, they're an opportunistic group. They roam around. They stay in the places of least resistance. And they're also in the jungle.
Apparently,
So
they
it's
are
pretty hard to
currently
pin them
in
down, bomb
Sudan.
them.
If
3,
Wikipedia is to
they're
be
spread
believed.
out, so you're going to have to flash
Or at
in
least
huge
last
swathes
according
of
to
the forest
Wikipedia.
in order to get a few guys. 4th is that they're a diminishing threat. Whereas the LRA at its peak had over 10,000 troops, they now have between 1 and 200.
I guess all those
Long-term
troops grow up.
campaigns to have these people reintegrated back into the cities and villages is working for the most part. Most people have defected. And the most important factor of all, most of the people who are with Joseph Kony, you probably wouldn't actually want to bomb. So he's got kids with him. He's got young girls.
They are
essentially slaves,
controversial targets,
people that
to
you
say
want
the
to help
least.
and save
Oh,
rather
shit.
than kill. So here's a clip of Jason and Ben talking about that.
A lot of her comments were related to the fact that Joseph Kony is not by himself. There's a lot of innocent women and children and abducted fighters that are near him. And so any approach to stop the LRA needs to be sensitive.
I think that that's actually part of the deliberate strategy by Kony. It's it's a permanent
making
hostage
himself a bad
situation in some
target.
ways.
Makes
Where'd
sense.
all those fat stacks go? Swiggity swidgety.
Human shields and all that.
Where did all the money go? Well, That's a difficult question to answer because it's very hard to know without being within the organization. But my understanding is this. After Coney 2012 came out, they thought, wow, what an enormous success. Despite, some of the despite, the mental breakdown and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
We've raised
It was overall
$23 million
a success.
this year. Fantastic. There's so much we can do with that. They have a model which is like
I just love that little
70%
eel.
goes
He's just
into
chilling.
production, advertising, getting the message out, communications, all this sort of stuff, and 30%.
I mean,
goes to the core.
these don't
That's
look
not a
like
good
real fish. I mean, they look pretty good, but I'm pretty sure this is
ratio.
CGI.
It's a bad
Right.
ratio, but they're open and honest about it.
Also, I'm not sure if you can keep eels in like a small tank like that. I feel like that just wouldn't. Well, maybe I don't know anything.
They
about
raised $23 million.
fish, and
3/10 of it goes
lionfish,
to
too.
the cause. So they said, okay, we've found
But yeah,
a
you can
model
just
that
tell
gives
that
us
they're like
enormous
fake. But
success.
it looks good.
Let's replicate that. Here's the new campaign. We're going to call it the Fourth Estate. It is even broader. And the idea of the Fourth Estate is essentially a...
This looks like some like... Maybe it's because it has fourth in it, but this reminds me of like some like Fifth Element shit, like from the beginning.
An absolute upending of the power structure of... Yeah, it's like... I don't even think they entirely knew what it was.
Or 3 estates. A citizenship founded on the belief that all men and women in the world are created equal.
What are you selling specifically?
Not a fantasy.
It just ended up being so vague, like end poverty, one of those kind of campaigns.
Right.
Anyway, after the whole controversy,
I love that kind of like activism, right? Or just like having that kind of opinion of just like poverty is bad. Be nice to poor people and give them money. It's like, well, it's not. I mean, yeah, sure, you could do that. It's not that simple. You can't just. It's not just a matter of giving.
2012 died out, and they haven't been able to communicate.
Depends on where the money
deliver
comes from.
Any really
in
concrete
my opinion.
results. Like, Coney wasn't dead.
Then
Coney
maybe
wasn't
it's a good
captured.
idea.
People didn't really look at the Fourth Estate. You can look at the difference in views. It's like one's 103 million, and the other's like 70,000. Incredible drop off.
Yeah.
So they had spent a whole bunch of money producing the Fourth Estate, and then in the year 2013, they raised far less money.
The year of our Lord.
It was like 11 million, 12 million, something like that. Less than half.
Amen.
Right? But in that time, they had started expanding their operations. So they went, okay.
That was when Jesus
work,
came the second
right?
time.
We're going to have to.
That's why
I
said
take
that.
a new approach. And so since then, I believe what they have done is take what remains of that 23 million and put it towards.
That's why the LRA are going down, because Jesus was the second coming of Christ was in 2013, and the LRA have been declining ever since. That's all the proof you need?
Long-term, small-scale, localized projects that actually are effective in the region. Flyer campaigns, building schools,
Gotcha.
infrastructure, education programs, radio tower networks, then outreach programs with other organizations. So in 2017, technically, they closed their doors. But on the UN jobs page, they're still hiring. So they primarily, as I understand it, work with other organizations. That's what's been done with the money. It's mostly focused on those small-scale, long-term, localized projects.
Let's see where they're at now.
So it's my understanding that a good portion of that money has gone to the right place.
OMG.
Looks like they're
Have you
still
seen
going.
that video of one of the founders of Invisible Children drinking and saying he's going to steal some of the money ?
I wanted to address this one quickly, just in case someone else brought it up and used it as a way to criticize Invisible Children. So I'll play the video.
About me.
Reportedly closely connected with military
There's
operations.
here 100,000 for Haiti and 900,000 extra for me.
For me.
Get on the bandwagon. Hey. Africa is gonna come up in the world. You guys.
So that was.
Look, I wouldn't read too much into that. Like he's clearly drunk. He's just saying some shit.
One of the founders of Invisible Children. The way this video presents is that he's drunk and saying that he's going to keep $900,000 for himself and his organization, and 1/10 is going to go to Haiti. But the key thing to keep in mind here is that it's a joke.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I 100%.
This was published by
believe that that's a joke, right? Like I just looking at what he's saying, how he's saying it, I'm confident that he's just memeing around.
After the Coney 2012
probably
video, and when
probably on recent news of like their financial earnings, or not earnings, but you know what I mean. Their charity shit, and he's like, oh shit, we got all this money, and now he's drinking, and he's like that money's on his mind, so makes sense to just make a joke, be like, oh, I'm gonna take it all.
Jason was caught naked on the street, as a way to further discredit the charity. And first of all, that Smirnoff bottle is filled with water. He's not drinking vodka.
Oh.
And second, the whole purpose of the video is to congratulate his co-workers.
Oh, so he's not even drunk. He had me fooled. Well, also, I don't know what he's like normal, so. But yeah, it just looks like
a different office
goof
across the country.
You could just tell he was goofing around.
And he's basically saying,
but I did genuinely
congratulations,
think he was drunk.
You secured a grant of $1 million for this cause, Haiti. I don't know all the precise details of it.
Now that I think of it, he did seem a little too drunk.
And he's just trying to have a fucking
like,
laugh, right? They've been working towards something for a long time, and they finally succeeded in
like,
getting.
That's not like a real kind of drunk.
You know, he's making a joke.
I should have picked up on that.
And this was presented as them stealing money from Haiti, and I thought that's a pretty nasty and unfair thing to do.
What was Connie's response to the whole thing?
So the LRA put out an official statement when the 2012 video was released. They said, indeed, this is not the first time the Invisible Children has been used to play such a dirty role. In Uganda, the Invisible Children have been used to cover up on many occasions for the vile acts of the US-supported military regime of Uganda in its dirty war activities that its army has carried out against the civilian population in northern, northeastern, and Midwest Uganda. Just to elaborate a little.
So their statement is basically saying this Invisible Children is like a military psyop type shit to draw attention to the LRA, who are actually the rebels fighting against the oppressive US military who's killing a bunch of children.
That's essentially the LRA's purpose. They see the Uganda government as illegitimate. Their purpose was to overthrow the government, so that maybe gives a little more context to what they're saying. And that's about it. They've had their run-ins with Invisible Children before, and they're not fans.
Were there any arrests over the vandalism?
I don't think so, especially not for putting posters up everywhere, which is really just annoying. It's just littering.
Yeah.
Whatever. But some people did go around just spray painting Coney 2012 on things, including people.
You see those in
that was investigated, although I don't believe anyone was ever arrested.
In like those Russian
double hockey sticks.
You ever see those Russian videos of like people driving on the sidewalk, and it's such an issue that people have started making YouTube videos where they just like put stickers on their cars, and the stickers are a bitch to take off, but it's not considered vandalism because it's a sticker. Right.
Does George Clooney have a spy satellite?
Alright, so first thing to clarify is he doesn't own it. He's essentially renting it.
He's renting a spy
to
satellite.
Launch a satellite at starting price, and the upkeep is astronomical. So he's partnered with Google and a whole bunch of other companies to do this. Supposedly, they've managed to achieve some things like detecting bombs, destroyed villages, and some other evidence of destruction by the Sudanese army. The logic behind it, as George Clooney says, is that, well, if he is constantly being hounded by the paparazzi, surely a dictator in Africa should be subject to the same level of scrutiny.
Okay.
Quite follow that logic.
Interesting take.
I want
I'd like.
I see what he's trying to say. He's trying to be like people are willing to put so much effort into hounding George Clooney, right? So why not put that much effort into somebody who actually needs the attention? Well, not a person, I mean, yes, a cause that deserves that attention.
Celebrity as me. That seems fair. That's our objective, is to just shine a light on it.
But maybe it's doing some good. It's hard to say.
Where does Connie be at these days?
I don't want to pretend like I know more than I do, so I'll have to be very surface level on the politics. But this is what I understand. The LRA operates very opportunistically. They bumble around all these different areas on the borders of the Central African Republic, the Congo, Uganda, sometimes Sudan, South Sudan. So he could be anywhere, really. It's most likely that he's...
Is there Yemen? Where's that town called Yemen? There's no town called Yemen. Not to be confused with Yemen.
We're in the Central African Republic. But it could also be that he's taking refuge.
I don't know why I'm making such a big deal.
The reason for that, as I understand it,
there's plenty of things that have the same name.
Between the LRA and the government of Uganda. Now in Sudan, in South Sudan, there was a conflict as well. Uganda supported the split and supported South Sudan. Sudan, the northern version of Sudan, the bad one, which is run by al-Bashar.
Where are you from?
He was not particularly happy
Jesse?
about that.
I'm from Kitgum.
So he funded the LRA.
You mean down the ways a bit?
More extremist Islamic groups to
just down the river
havoc in South Sudan. And continue some of their operations in Uganda as well, which is interesting because the LRA stands for the Lord's Resistance Army. They are, one part army and in some ways one part cult. They're supposed to be a fundamentalist Christian
That's the best
group,
kind of cult.
But here
that's
they are
also one part
allying
army
with Islamist groups. So a lot of this conflict has largely died down. But they're
when do you think what's his face, Jared Leto, is gonna start like amassing an army? I mean, he already has like his crazy cult, but he really should like become militant. That'd be awesome.
Doesn't mean that the relationship between al-Bashar and Joseph Kony is not existent anymore. So it may be that Kony is in refuge in the south of North Sudan, in a similar situation, possibly to like the way Bin Laden was being housed in Pakistan. A lot of that is speculation. It's hard to know. But again, I'm not going to pretend to know that I know more than I do. Take all of that with a boulder-sized grain of salt. So, yeah, what is Joseph Kony up to these days? Fucking hiding out. Or they're actively roaming around, just keeping out of the way.
I do wonder what Africa, like, what like the countries of Africa would look like without, like, colonial imperialism type shit. Because there was that whole... they mentioned that how like all these like country borders are just kind of drawn on a map and not natural borders that have actually like come from like warring cultures or anything like that. Like I take what's east of the mountain, you take what's west, right? That type of shit.
And
I do wonder.
Opportunity to build up.
The same thing with like North America.
Got any more clips?
What would North America have looked like?
Oh yeah,
like just kind of country wise.
Masturbate.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. Oh, I've lost the video for it. I was going to include it in the video. This is where his eye actually is in the video, and so I just sort of fixed it for him. Because
organization, and so we work.
It's so low down on his face.
Of the traditional box of what you think about charity and nonprofit, and we break it.
Oh, wow.
So I just sort of fixed it for him, and I was going to have that as a joke in the video, but then I thought, there's nowhere for it.
Yeah, that would take too much to explain. Kind of kill the Jason. Jason, I should play Heavy Rain. I've never played it before. I just know the Jason.
I think it's worth watching of a young Philly D.
And jumping on this movement and actually doing something in real life, because the point of Kony 2012 is to make Joseph.
Jesus Christ, was Billy D doing shit all the way back here to all the way back in 2012 too. My
Coney
God.
famous people, whether in hiding or not, that is not a world I want to be in. And that's the point of Coney 2012, is to make Joseph Coney the most infamous man on.
I've never really watched Philip DeFranco, but like I didn't realize he was that, like, whenever I found out about him, he was already established as like a big like content creator. But
To make it so that we shine the biggest light on the infection that is.
he always
Joseph
just kind of
Coney's
seems
evil
kind
on
of
this
weird to me.
planet.
I don't know why. I don't have anything against him.
Oh, if I'll provide this too. The green screen of Jason dancing. I figured someone would want that. And here's the one of Bond review. If you want to put this in your own video.
What?
And here's Gwyneth Paltrow crying.
Why is it all slowed down? Maybe for the bit rate?
And that's about it. Thanks for watching.
Well, all right. That was the Coney Q&A. Quite a journey.